So you could, last position we saw, the knight, some strange positions can checkmate. Lone knight could checkmate the black king because black king was in front of his own rook pawn. Now this is another position which is it's a study where black has got two pawns, connected passed pawns. Okay, and because of this, black loses actually. So if there were no two pawns, then black is very happily, black is able to draw the game. But because he has pawn, this kind of crazy things can happen in chess. It's not crazy, it is also adds to the beauty of chess. Like normally what you think is an advantage can become a disadvantage, right? Who will think that connected passed pawns is a disadvantage in endgame, right? But it can happen. It can happen mostly with a rook pawn, and when the king is in front of the rook pawn. See, now here, white to play. I will not ask you to solve it. It is too difficult in the sense that we have to just this one. So knight to f6. Okay, white to play plays knight to f6. Okay, and what does black play? Black plays g5. Okay, even if black plays king to, if black plays king to h1, black plays king to h1, still what happens? Knight to g4. Now if you play, forcing the black to move. So now if you play h2, then it is finished. Then it is finished, because what will white do? King to f1. Black still is not stalemated. He has got g5, and then now knight to h2 is f2 is, sorry, knight to f2 is checkmate, right? So this is what happens. And what do you call? If black plays, instead of h2, knight to g4 check. See what had happened is, so this was knight. First of all, white played knight to f6. Black plays g5, knight to g4 check. Now if you play king to f1, okay, then also what happens? Wait, what I was saying, instead of h2, you play g5 here, then king to f1. And if you play h2, sorry, then it is very simple. If you play knight h2 here, then king to f1, g5, knight to f2 is still checkmate, right?
So what if you actually can I go for the first position?
Yeah, we'll go. See, beginning position. What we are saying is, this is a strange position where black loses because he has two connected passed pawns. Okay, if he had only one pawn, then also it would be a draw. Yeah, something will happen, stalemate, etc. will happen. If there are no pawns, then black king is very happy, he will win. But because he has two pawns actually, so what happens is knight to f6, and then g5. Okay, we saw what happens if king goes to h1, then it is anyway, knight will come to g4, and then it's a forced mate. But if black king does not go to h1, he plays g5, then also knight comes to g4, and similar things happen. If king goes to, now king has to go to h1, and then what happens is king to f1. Now forcing h2 followed by knight to f2 check, right? So both the pawns play a role in defeating their own king. The rook pawn plays the role in actually cornering the king and not allowing him to escape, and the g pawn plays the role by not giving a stalemate. It makes a move when otherwise black would have got into a stalemate. So that is what happens. So for example, because here if king goes to h1, right, king goes to h1, knight g4, and then see here, if there was no other, if the black pawn was not there, then this would still be a draw, because otherwise you will have to give a stalemate or allow the king to escape, one of the two things. But because the black pawn is still there, white can do this and knows that black, it's still not a stalemate because black can play g5. Then it's a thing. So very, very funny study, but very, very important and instructive also. Okay. So fine. So I will go to the next one. See, this is a very simple position, but yet important position. Knight,
So black to play or white to play?
white to play. No, it is black
White
to play.
to
Sorry, it is black to play and draw. Black to play and draw.
Can I say?
Yeah.
So first move F8 only, sir.
Yeah, F8 only is the first move because you have to prevent him. And now
And forcing the knight to move another anything can't move.
knight comes and gives a check. Then
F7.
okay.
G5.
Huh?
G5 knight, sir. Knight G5.
I have played knight G5. You are playing black, right?
F8.
F8. To maintain the vigil. And this is what we mean by black cannot lose a pawn, lose a move. Okay, what it means is, yeah, knight to E. First you went here. When the king came here, right? Black cannot, see, white cannot, the knight cannot continue to maintain the vigil on the F8 square. Okay, neither can it move. So can it, so even if, so you know what, actually, white would be happy to sacrifice the knight. He's saying that you take my knight, but then my king will come out and I'll be able to promote the pawn. But he has to make a move. He cannot move the pawn. He cannot move the king. Okay. So he has to move the knight. And the moment you move the knight, then you lose the vigil over the F8 square. So this is what I mean by
Sir,
knight cannot lose a move.
sir,
Bishop can move, lose a move. Yeah, go ahead.
sir. 8.
Sorry.
No. Knight D8, sir.
No, what are you saying? You are trying to suggest move for white or black? Can you move from, can you win from white side?
Yes, sir, that I'm trying, sir.
Okay,
So can
I
you
will,
take it back to the
I
question?
will play king F8. Now you play white side.
So
Sir,
knight,
knight
Only
E8.
one.
Knight
Wait.
E8.
Only
Sir,
one
can I
person.
say?
Only one person at a time. Okay, only one person at a time. So knight E8 if you are saying. Okay,
Eight.
fine. I will play king to F7.
Okay, sir, understood, sir.
so can you take the knight to e6 instead?
Okay, you play knight to E6, king F7 still.
So knight g5.
Yeah, knight G5, king F8.
Now knight. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
Got it, right?
The same cycle continues.
Same cycle continues. I am not allowing the white king to come out from the
Sir,
corner.
I also want to say,
Yeah.
I think I feel like, can you like, first you have to, okay, then you play knight E6, and then you go to knight G5, okay, and then you have to go to knight F6, F7, knight F7.
And F7, white king will take it. So black king will take it.
Yeah. So how can he do it? Man.
Huh? So close, but yet so far, right? You are almost about to. I have a knight and a pawn in the 7th rank. I am about to queen checkmate, but you can't.
Because the king is shown here.
And rook pawn. Rook pawns are always special. That's why.
Yep.
Any other pawn, it would be a trivial win. You don't even have to tell. Any other pawn.
Let's do a very
black have
very bad,
very
like unless you have to do like, unless you have to sacrifice, or
Yeah.
unless you do a very big blunder and you just lose.
Correct.
There's no other way.
Yeah, absolutely. So you should know how to defend even against. That's why there are a lot of defensive possibilities. So even if you are black in this position, don't resign. Right? That's why I say never resign. Play till the checkmate. It's okay.
Yes, sir.
You can always find something or some stalemate or whatever it is. So in this position, why? If before you saw this position, I'm sure 99% of you would have felt that there is no way black can defend this.
Yes, sir. I was playing with, I think, MC3 Nandan.
Okay.
He made 5 or 4 queens and it became a stalemate.
See, this is what
Then he
happens.
made the 5th queen.
This is what happens if you don't know the technique. Right.
And so I don't know if I play. I think I played with. I don't remember who I played with, but he was completely doing chess and checks, and he lost his queen
Yeah.
because of keep on doing checks, and he's not thinking about anything else instead of making me go to a corner. And then itself, he actually lost because of a pawn killing the queen there.
Yeah.
So during middle game, we should exchange our rook pawns for other pawns.
No, it is not. There is no rule like that. Okay. There is no guideline or anything rule like that. You have to just play it. It is not like that. I think in middle game, everything is a lot
So
of.
what is the study's name? Can I just like
I
say
will send the
before-
link only. Now I will send the link of the study.
Okay.
On L3, I will send it.
So can you send it to Zoom?
L3.
Okay. I'll just go there.
I have sent it.
Yeah, got it, sir.
The number 7, you look at it yourself. It is a slightly tough. This is a win is possible here. Okay. White. See, there are 2 pawns. White is also having a pawn. Black is also having a pawn. Okay. And many of these games are drawn, but in this particular there are some positions where the thing having the knight can actually win it. Okay. And how does it happen is white plays not king to G3, but king to F3. And this is very crucial. Okay. So, and it is difficult to see why king G3 is a blunder.
So that's because the black pawn doesn't allow him to advance from there.
No, what happens is black king goes to G5. Now you play to F3 again. Now black king comes into your domain. Okay. Comes into your domain. What you could have done? You could not have gone to H3 because you would have lost the knight. So to protect the knight, you have to go to F3, and now the black king penetrates in, and this causes trouble for you. See, you are trying to say, you win your H6 pawn, but the black king comes to G4, and now at this crucial moment, what does black do? Black plays king to G5 and saying now either you protect your knight by going to, if you give up your knight, then it's a draw. Why it's a draw?
So because both of
Because
the pawns
the
are
king
stuck
can.
and the kings are like using opposition to each other.
Is
So
it?
they can't go on the opposite side. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the black can.
Yeah, this is
Stop
a draw
white
because
from
black
winning.
king can
Okay.
reach into-
Whoever is thinking that this is a draw, now you play from the black side. I will play from the white side.
King e4.
King E4. King E4. I will play to G6.
King e5.
E5.
King E5. I will take it.
No, it's not.
King f6.
King F6.
King f7.
7. King F7.
King f8. King
G8.
g8.
Huh?
King G8.
Yeah, it's a draw, right? See, so why? I mean, it is okay to think that it's a draw, but you have to verify it that you can actually, and it's very, you just make one slip and it can become a thing. But yeah, but this is a draw. In this position, black has to go away to make sure that when you kill the pawn, I am coming up, and because it's a rook pawn, that is why it's a draw. If it was another pawn, then it would not have been a draw. But because it's a rook pawn, it's a draw. Okay. So this is the reason why king to G3 is a mistake. Here, king to F3, it is all about opposition. Okay. So you are maintaining a position, and there is no rule. Okay. You just have to think through this. But the idea is the opposition is combined. Now, if the black king comes here, you are coming here with opposition. And now if black king goes here, what will you do? After this, you still have to win. What is the thing to win? Okay, the way to win is knight to, you bring back the knight, because now you see, now the black king is no longer threatening your pawn. Okay, so the black king will have to go away now, and now you get an advance, and after this only you can win this. Because now that you have brought up your king, now no matter what he does, now it is, now your knight is too powerful now. Okay, now even if you go back to defend the pawn also, the knight and the king together are going to attack the pawn and they will win it, and then you will not be even able to get a stalemate. Okay, at this position, white will happily sacrifice the knight, because now if you are at, now if you, even if you take it, it is no longer a draw. King goes to g7 and it's a win. Correct? So I'm not going to explain too much. You just see it in the study. I have explained it in the study very well. But the key part of in this thing is about maintaining the opposition, not allowing the black king to penetrate into your position. And once you do that, then after that you can, after this, now black king will never penetrate into the white position. So now you have, now your king is racing ahead. Now there is absolutely no problem. Yeah. So please go through this study and make yourself comfortable, because these are all, see, these are all complicated topics. You would have understood it. They are not very straightforward, right? Original knight's grid defense, or the Karpov distance, or those other things, all of those, they are all very, very important, but they're slightly beyond obvious. So you have to practice a lot with the computer. All these positions you have to play with the computer and make sure that you can, if it's a defensive position, then you should be able to draw against the computer at level 8 also. And if it is a winning position, then even against the stockfish level 8, you should be able to win it. Then only you have understood it fully. Okay. All right. So that is that. I think so I will stop the recording. I think